Hello everyone, it's me, Coffee Stitcher. It's the last Sunday in March. Hope everyone's having a good week. Everyone's staying safe. Initially this was going to be Stitch Knitch Saturday, but since we're in shelter in place, or stay safely home, or whatever it is they're choosing to call it in my area, it's not happening, unfortunately. So, but that's okay. How was everybody's week? Good, I'm glad to hear that. Um, I had a fairly good week. It was not. It was both productive and non-productive, kind of at the same time. I got Animal Crossing. It was supposed to arrive today. It ended up arriving on Thursday. So I've been a little distracted by Animal Crossing. So while I got my homework done and I got some progress on another project, really didn't get much done. And Sunday, I really did like nothing. Sunday was just a wasted day. That happens a lot to me, though. So we've got some Q&A, of course. We got Hall. We've got homework for this week. We've got homework for next week, and then we've got April's monthly goals. So, without further delay, let's launch right on into the Q&A. Let's see, K Hughes. That's good to know about Michael's. I'm really very appalled by the craft stores that are staying open because they claim that they're essential. GameStop is officially. I will never set foot in a GameStop again. Um, it's a shame that this is what this has all come to. But that's okay, because more on why I'm okay with the fact that I will never have to go to Michael's or Joann's again. Well, we don't know about Joann's, but apparently if Michael's isn't paying their people while they're off either, then they're dead to me as well. Which really, Michael's wasn't my preferred place to go. Joann's really was, but so fingers crossed that Joann's doesn't go the dark route. Stitching Haven. I understand when needing to take the cut back. I'm glad you're still watching me. Hang in there in this interesting time we're living in. Chelsea Olish says, I love your coffee mug. Where did you get it, and can you show it fully next time? So I think this is what I was using last week. I got it at Disney World when we went for our honeymoon 3 years ago. It was I don't know if this was strictly for the Flower and Garden show. It doesn't say on the bottom. I'm not even sure if it's still available, but I got it primarily. It's got all the different seasons, and I love season things like that. But I primarily got it because it was the only merchandise I could find that had Rabbit on it. And I love Rabbit. He's my homeboy. And I like Pooh and Piglet and Eeyore and Tigger and all of them as well, but I really do love Rabbit. April Roberts, you're glad that I, for showing y'all, or for introducing y'all to Fortnite Fabrics, and I'm glad you like it. Okay, Brandon Hetty, asked a question. I did go ahead and respond to him, but I'll do it here as well. He says, hi again, what is L&S, if that is the correct spelling for it? I live in South Carolina, and I don't think we have one anywhere around here. Is there a website? I tried Googling, and I got a whole lot of other businesses, so I got confused. I didn't even know what it was until you and Stitcherista said something about it. Okay, so, it's actually L-N-S. Yeah, I know some sign. that sign I was hearing. Sorry. And it stands for Local Needle Workshop or Store. I've seen kind of both used interchangeably. So basically, it's a store that specifically subscribes to needlework, usually cross-stitch, but sometimes it's needlepoint, sometimes it's both. In my case, my local one is Stitch Niche. My online one now is Fire Poppies. More on that. A lot of people use 123 Stitch, but that's what it is. So it's your local needle workshop. They're going to have more than just DMC and Dimensions kits or Janlin kits. Black Ribbon Crochet Studio. I don't think I'm DMC shaming. Maybe I am. Susan Kruger. Thank you. I also like it when there's correct grammar. I had to fix, as well, a Shepherd's Bush one a while back because it was all kinds of messed up. Alright, and I think that's kind of it for the Q&A this week. Let me check the spam just to make sure. I've been trying to make sure and check before we get into this. That way I don't accidentally miss somebody's comments. Anyhow, of course, I do love Q&A, so feel free to drop me some more. It is not going to bother me. I will answer just about any questions within reason. Okay, so haul. Alright, so first, I set them a little farther away than I could reach. Oh boy. Okay. Alright, so first, my nest egg from 3 Owl Threads arrived. So I got, if I can get this pouch open. And I'm doing the Gentle Arts wool, so here's Briar Rose, Brown Bear, Brandy, and Buckeye Scarlet. And then I got 3 cranks. One I almost used for something, so that's why it's out of its thing. It's number 5815. I think it's Gold Champagne. We got 80C Garnet Cord. We got things dropped on the floor. This one is 5845 Gold Cab. It's a darker, slightly darker gold. And then 210 Gold Dust. I might actually use this for something shortly. Okay, so that was my, as always, wonderful nest egg shipment. Yeah. All right. Then I got my, and with that this week came a freebie chart from Heartstring Samplery, and it says, in all things be exceedingly grateful, and then your initials in 2020, but when I read this, I read the W as a U, and I thought, oh, that's timely, in all things be exceedingly grateful, but 2020. And I had a good kick out of that. Okay, so... Alright. Then I got my Fortnite fabrics. So I got my fabric of the month, which is Stinkhorn. It's a 16 count Aida. It's a back quarter. It's a lovely, lovely light gold brown. And I gotta say, even though I'm deathly allergic to mushrooms, I'm having a lot of fun learning different types of mushrooms. Alright, so I got that. My Wacky Wednesday fabric came in. This is an 18 count Aida. And it's a little more, it's not quite as bright in person. It's a little more mellow. It sounds like the washer's about to be done. Then I got 2 auction fabrics. One is a 14 count Aida. I thought it was kind of cool. And then an even weave. This one's a 28 count even weave. And I love their new, they have new little bags for it, for their fabrics. So there we go. All right. And then I got another order from Fire Poppies, which they're awesome. Their service is quick. Like I ordered this that morning and it was out in the mail that day. So they're really, really awesome. I know they're in one of the 2 Carolinas, but I can never remember which one they are. Let's see, we'll get that to pull up. So while that's pulling up, I ordered, I'm not even sure, I think I saw this on Instagram. It's Hands On Designs, Seize the Day. And I just really liked it. So, and I had most of the called for colors, but I didn't have Clockwork from Weeks Dye Works, so I ordered that from them. But since right now my LNS is not open, and they sell DMC for the same price that Joann's, Michaels, and all the other places do, that's just where I'm going to order it while my LNS is closed. So, got that. This one I think actually will probably be a Mania start for me. So, and if I can get, there we go. The website just said I was pulling up to look. Our poor internet has just been suffering greatly since everyone is home and trying to use internet at the same time. Oh, I actually may not be on their mailing list. Alright. Boop. They are in... So it's one of the Carolinas. Connect. They're in Summerville, South Carolina. So they do have a physical store, which obviously right now is not open. So Brandon, if you're near Somerville, you can go check out Fire Poppies when everything is back physically open where you can go in. But they ship fast. Susan and Oliver do a great job. So shout out to Fire Poppies. All right. So that's the haul for the week. So homework-wise, let's see. I worked on, and I will work on this one again this week for homework. I did 1,000 stitches. It was supposed to be on something that scared us, or that was considered our Everest. So I worked on Every Season by Tiny Modernist, because there are bees, and I'm scared of bees. So here's where I got. So when I got started, basically I did a whole bunch. So that's where I'm at. I'm using Monet's Pond from Gloriana for the corner, or for the outlined border. Everything else is the called for colors. I discovered that this is all a stitch and a half over to the left from where it should be. I don't know how I managed to pull that off, but I did. So subsequently, to make it all work, and I talked to Cheryl about it, to make sure that my fixing idea will work. There's an extra, the middle square in this, I had to extend this out a little bit, but it's all even now. So this one, and then subsequently down here, when I do that one, they're going to be a little bit wider, but it'll still work, and I don't think it's going to be terribly noticeable when done. So, but here it is. I really love working on this one. The colors in it are just amazing. So, I will be working on it again this week for homework. I did actually meet my goal for the month of doing half of spring. And then next month's goal will be to finish it. Alright, then I worked on... Then I got Animal Crossing. Then I worked more on my Alice in Wonderland by Satsuma Street. This is on Elphaba from Under the Sea Fabrics. So here, I've got her done. I've got the walls of the whole done. I'm going to finish up the whole, I believe, today. But here she is. I was aiming to go for a Chinese Alice. I'm not really sure I actually achieved that, but I at least tried. So there she is. So the caterpillar came out this time, so he'll be what I work on next. And he's over here. So my goal today is to finish Alice, and then my goal next month is to maybe try and catch up. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not going to kill myself to catch up, but I at least would like to get the caterpillar and then whatever the next one is done. But at least the caterpillar for sure. So that's what I worked on. I did not work on Three Musketeers this week. Alright, so next week's homework is, the first thing we have to do is work on a whip with a farm. So I'm going to work on with the needle, because the middle block is a farm. So here's that. And it's supposed to be 300 stitches, so that might actually finish out the block, or get me pretty darn close. So there we go. Alright, and then my goal for next month, I decided that for some projects, doing just an assignment number works better for me than trying to have an actual goal. So for next month, my goal on it is to do 3 homework assignments on With the Needle. Our next one is to work on a whip from a male designer. Since I don't have an active whip that is by a male designer, I will be penalty stitching. and I'm going to work on summer patchwork. So my goal is 2 motifs, and same goal for next month as well. All right, and then for the whip that reflects the outside, I will be working on Every Season again. Although, I take that back. No, I think instead of Every Season, I'm going to work on Strawberry Fields Forever. I'll work on one of the two, but Strawberry Fields Forever, because it does have, all these outside things. So, and here's where I'm at. That would also get me a goal finish on this one. Strawberry Fields. That's where I'm at on it. So, not very far. And this one's on Winterbrook from Under the Sea Fabrics. With the Needle is on Rosemerta by Under the Sea Fabrics. And Summer Patchwork is just on a random yellow even weave. And then our fourth assignment is not a stitching one. It's to show a photo of up to 5 whips, numbered 1 through 5, that we want to work on. So I don't have anything specifically. I'm going to kind of just sort of randomly throw those in. All right. So that brings me to the goals for next month. So like I said, the goal for Every Season is to finish spring. My goal for 3 Musketeers, which I did not end up working on last week. Well, I mean, I sort of did. We're not going to count it. I realized I had a counting error, and then I decided, you know what, this works really well for homework, because it's kind of it's the words repeated, it's this section here basically repeated, so that's a really good one for homework. So my goal for next month is to finish part 3, and then part 4 comes out at the end of the month. I have to still do my planner dates and such for April. I haven't done that yet. Let's see, Lizzie Borden. My plan is to finish the words. So I have her title block. So I've got the Lizzie Borden and then the border down the sides. So that's the goal there. Alice, like I said, is to do at least the caterpillar and go from there. Chinese Zodiac will start. I still don't have my fabric picked for it, but here's my little pouch that has all the DMCs. So when part 1 of that drops is when I will figure out my fabric color. But that comes out very soon, April 15th. And while part of me would really kind of like them to do it early, I kind of hope they don't at the same time. But we'll see. I'm excited to see it, regardless. Quilts. The page finish was obviously too ambitious. So quilts, and this is on Tiramisu, I believe, from Under the Sea Fabrics. So my goal for it is 3 homework assignments. So work on it 3 times. Summer Patchwork was 2 motifs. My goal for Beauty and the Beast is going to be 3 homework assignments. So I think that will probably finish out maybe the rose and a couple other things. So this is on a blue fabric from Fortnite Fabrics. Strawberry Fields was 3 assignments. Nevermore, my goal is to finish it. And then Beauty and the Beast, my goal for Beauty and the Beast is 3 homework assignments. So my goal for Beauty and the Beast is 3 homework assignments. Strawberry Fields was 3 assignments. Nevermore, my goal is to finish it. My goal is to finish it. because we're down, like I said, to about 1,200 stitches, so here's where I am. I know I was going to work on it this week, but I needed something bright and colorful, and I've kind of been in a little bit of a finish hole because I finished so much recently that I was starting to get a little drained, if you can believe that. With the needle, again, is going to be 3 assignments, and then my fairy tale favorites. We're going to do the next character, which is technically Alice, but we're going to do some tweaking. So here's where I am on it. So, yep. And this is on Sampler Gold. Yeah, from Color and Cotton. All right, so that is it for me for today. I hope everyone has a great week. Stay safe if you can, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.